Hi. The only reason I'm making this video is because the question that I genuinely get asked all the time is, what's the best way to come out? There isn't a best way to come out. There's not a perfect way to come out. There's not a way to come out that will make everyone accept you and love you. There's not a perfect way. There's not a best way to do it. You just do it. But I can give you tips on how to. But just remember, you're not on your own. There's millions of people around the world that are in the exact same position as you are right now, because coming out is scary. It was scary for me, it was scary for my friends, it'll be scary for everyone else who's in that position, it'll definitely be scary for you. But the biggest advice I can give you is don't come out until you're ready. Comments are not going to be all positive. There will be negative ones. There'll be those snide little comments behind your back from the people you thought were your friends. There'll be comments from people in school, if you're in school or in college or at work. There's someone at work who hates me because I'm gay, but I put up with it, and that's what you have to do. But you have to make sure that you are prepared for those comments, and if you're not, then I suggest you don't come out yet. But if you feel like you can't do it face to face, you could write an email or a letter or little notes around the house to whoever you're planning on coming out to, because even though it's not verbal, you are still doing it, and it might be easier for you, it might be easier for your parents to understand, but there's also that little chance that it could upset them, because they'll feel like you can't trust them enough to tell them face to face. So you have to weigh out the pros and the cons for doing that specific one. I can't really say whether you should do it or not. I personally wouldn't, but everyone's different. Everyone's parents are different. Not everyone's parents are accepting, and not everyone's parents are willing to listen, or some people's parents are going to be old-fashioned and believe that a girl should be with a boy and a boy should be with a girl, and all that stuff. So it's entirely up to you whether you choose that option or not. The next one I'd say is, if you are going to do it verbally, then I'd sit the people down opposite you and just keep calm. Try not to cry or get emotional, and I know that's hard because I was crying a lot when I told my mum, but you just have to try and stay calm. And at first they might shout and they might cry and they might swing their arms around, and if they do, just leave it, let them calm down, and then go back and carry on the conversation after a little time out, because it works for me. But remember, just keep calm. If you've already told people, like maybe your friends or a teacher or whoever, get some backup. Ask them to come to your house, or ask your parents to come to your school and pick you up so you can get them alone with the teacher if you've told them. And then tell them, because having that support can really help you and make the process that little bit easier. Because if your parents are a bit freaked out by it, your friend or your teacher or whoever can try and explain a little bit more that it's fine, and they can really help you. But just remember that every parent will react differently. My mum was fine with it after a day or two. She cried and she didn't speak to me for a few hours, but then she said as long as I'm happy, she's happy. But your parents obviously might not be the same, so don't expect the perfect outcome, because you'll be disappointed if you don't get it. No matter what the outcome is, there are people who love you and people who are going through the same thing. You're never alone. Someone somewhere definitely understands you. I'm one of those people, so just remember that it'll all be fine. No matter how it turns out when you tell them, no matter who disowns you or who leaves, it'll all be fine. And if you are going to come out at some point soon, then good luck and let me know how it goes.